Yeah.
Hello everybody, Savat the Mighty here, and I'm back with another episode of Eve Echoes. So in today's episode, we are going to be taking a look at another Tier 9 battleship, and we are again back on the Fulmination test server. And the Tier 9 battleship we are looking at today is going to be the Tempest. Before we get started, if you do like my content, please leave a like on the video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you want to be notified whenever I release new content in the future. Alright, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and jump right in. So looking at the Tempest, what we have here is for its large cannon operation bonuses, it's going to get plus 5% large cannon damage per level. And for battleship command bonus, it's going to get minus 4% large cannon activation time per level. Basically, increasing its damage overall, both the actual raw damage and the fire rate. For its basic information, its overall defense is sitting at 64,128, with a flight velocity of 136, a warp speed of 2, power grid output of 9,733 megawatts, capacitor is at 8,462 gigajoules, with a cargo hold capacity of 1,203. Ultimately, it does indicate that this ship should have a shield tank, but yeah, you're pretty much going to give it a shield tank. Okay, let's see how we have this one fit. So I wanted to try to compare this one to the Typhoon, and basically see if it's going to be able to do similar stuff as a battleship. So what I did was I went ahead and all the high slots, which there are 7 of, we do have the C-type large strike cannons. These strike cannons, with the way that we have this ship fit out, have an optimal range of 64.4.51 and an accuracy fall off of 61.93. Meaning we're looking at hitting out at 126-ish at 50% damage, which brings us down to the damage. The damage itself, cold, is 1,230.16. So you're looking at 615 damage out at that 50% marker. So it can sit out pretty far and shoot, but not quite as far as its battlecruiser counterpart. In the medium slots, I apologize, I have 2 target painters, and we're going to be using Mark 7 large group shield boosters, and these are just to pick off any casual damage that we might get through the encounter. Hopefully we'll be able to stay out of range and blap them without them blapping us. We also do have a couple of Mark 9 ogres. They shouldn't really be doing anything. In our low slots, we have a C-type large micro warp drive, and that is to get us around a little bit faster. We also have a couple, or 3 to be precise, Eagle tracking computers. So let's just show you those there. 1, 2, and 3. And then we have 2 Gistum C-type gyro stabilizers. Help us apply that damage even more. For our rigs, we went full offense here. We have a cannon collision accelerator, and we have 2 of the cannon burst aerators. And in our low slots, we have a semiconductor memory cell, a second semiconductor memory cell, and a targeting system subcontroller 3. So what we're looking at is the total offense on this ship with drones is 1,322.11, but you're primarily just going to be using the turrets, so that's 1,230.16. For its defense, it's sitting at 95,620, with 28,861 shield hit points, with an EM resistance of 10, a thermal of 20, kinetic of 40, explosive of 50. And 25,911 in armor, with an EM resistance of 60, thermal of 35, kinetic of 25, and explosive of 10. For its structure hit points, it has 23,176, with that 33% across the board. Capacitor is running stable here, but there's not really much running. A capacitor recharge rate of 10.45 gigajoules, or overall 30.5. Capacitor capacity is, you're looking at a total of 12,376 gigajoules with a recharge time of 902 seconds. Total power grid on this ship is 14,599. Targeting, it does have a radar sensor strength of 24 points with a scan resolution of 206, signature radius of 289, and it can lock a maximum of 8 targets. And for its navigation, it's sitting at 197.20 with a warp prep time of 11.29 seconds, and again that warp speed of 2. So that's the fitting on the ship. Let's go ahead and take it out and see what it can do. Okay, so here we are outside of the Cosmic Anomaly, and we don't really have any type of tank to show off, so what we're going to do is just take a look here, and it does look like I forgot to bring fuel. Alright, let's see how fast this thing is going. It's moving at 1,322.11. No, that's our offense. Blah, blah. It's moving at 1,201.53. That sounds a little bit better. I was like, that's pretty fast. So it still does get up and go with maximum skills. Again, this is on the test server, so that's pretty cool. We're going to set approach to 0. And that should be all that we need. We are currently at the strategy. Warping at 100. All right. So we're going to warp it at 100, turn around, and just start blapping and see how this will actually work. Now, I do a lot of long-range fits, so I don't see this as being too much of an issue. I think it's going to work just fine. But we're going to see what kind of damage it is actually pumping out and if it's going to be at a safe range, especially since we don't actually have the group shield boosters. If we do take any type of damage, then we can't really do anything about that now, can we? Alright, so let's start locking everything up, and let's turn around. Okay. Excellent. Let's hit those guys. Let's hit this guy next. Let's see if we can just take out these smaller ships. I guess we can stop out here. Yeah. That didn't actually one-shot it. That's kind of suspect right there. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and activate our damage. And it does look like we're sitting at 1,500. Helps if we actually fire. So even at this range, we haven't activated any of the Eagle tracking computers. We're still hitting for huge chunks of damage with one of these on. So our optimal range, again, sitting here just so we can take a look at it, make sure we keep that in our minds, is only 64. And our accuracy fall off at 61, so we're well within that, and we're still actually hitting pretty hard with this ship. But that's to be expected. The cannons fire pretty slowly, so they do big alpha strikes. If we do activate one of the computers, with one computer activated, we are sitting at an optimal range of 91 with an accuracy fall off of 86. And that is going to be very short-lived though. Yeah, this ship hits pretty hard. Another thing that's probably going to be discussed quite a bit is when you have weapons that fire this slowly, having your guns split apart is probably going to be the better way to do that. You can actually have a few targeted on one of the smaller ships while you have a few targeted on another. And it's going to be way more effective, especially when you're one-shotting ships. You might be able to take out more quicker in that manner. Okay, let's get the other target painter going. Let's just activate those for fun since we can. Hit for 9,000, not bad. Does look like one of the tracking computers is just going to last for 11,000. Oof. Yeah, the other one's not going to go off before it looks like it's just basically you're going to get one shot out of it. But that one shot becomes a really powerful hit when you're at these ranges. So it can still definitely sit out here at the past 100 km marker and do some pretty strong hits. Does definitely have that capability. Is it any better than the Typhoon? And that's hard to tell. Me personally, I think it might hit overall harder. Maybe it has higher DP damage, not damage DPS. But it's not going to hit nearly as far because of that fall off bonus that it gets. And that fall off bonus does mean quite a bit. Block up these smaller ships. Okay. So this guy is what we're really looking at here. He's the one that's going to come in on us really quickly. Hope we can get our 2 shots off. Perfect. And it's dead. It's dead, Jim. Yeah, we have nothing else to really worry about out here. One last small ship, and then we can just get to playing the game of destroying the bigger ships. What one is really going to be better? I don't know. I haven't played with the tier 2 version of the battle cruiser yet. So I'm gonna have to, but I'm gonna have to say they're gonna be very similar, except again that battle cruiser is probably gonna be able to shoot out further. Oh, there we go. So what do I think this ship primarily could be good at? Well, I haven't actually put a close range fit on it yet. It might do good with the autocannons. Get some autocannons on here, try to treat it kind of like a Macarial. Do some brawling. That might work. I mean, it does have that 4 mid slots. 4 mid slots are pretty good for a brawler. Gives you a lot of different options in there. Where 4 mid slots back here aren't doing us too terribly much good. The target painters themselves, I mean, they do work, but not as well as I would like. Oops, I activated that one way too late. So, okay. So could this do everything as a kiting ship? Yes, it absolutely could. It could sit back here, kite, move out further, blow everything up, warp in to collect its loot. Is it quick? No. No. But it can be used in this manner, and it does do it. It does it okay. I do like the big chunky hits, though. Always nice to see those. Hmm. It's like the space sailboats. Very weird looking ships. Kind of like them. In a very strange way. Okay. So this battleship should be dead quite soon. And once it falls off of the spectrum here, then we don't really have much else to worry about. We will start our approach. And we just have to target all the... That's the last wave. The last wave shouldn't be too difficult. We're gonna lock up all the smaller ships again. Yeah, they're pretty far out there too. Activate both of those and blap. Oh, we got another one. Okay, this one's the next closest. So we're gonna activate both of those and focus fire. Let's go ahead and turn this guy around. Since this is the last wave, we can play around with that a little bit more. Lock up the rest of them. So even at 130 out, let's see what's going on here with the next shot. Yeah, it's able to hit. It's not doing nearly as much damage, but it is able to hit. That is one of the cool things about having a fall off like that. Yeah, 2,300 with one shot, out at 130 without activating the tracking computers. That's not bad. I mean, you can always apply the damage. Something to be said about that. Let's approach. Let's see what this does. Loop, loop. Yeah, we're hitting those 2,600s consistently out at this range, so we're definitely well outside of where we need to be. But all it takes is activating one of those to watch a ship go away. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, fire. Such a huge chunk of damage. I love it. Oh, what are we sitting at right now? 1,928. So if you do activate them both at the same time, you're looking at quite a bit of damage. Okay. And let's turn this off now. I think we're getting pretty close here. I just kind of wanted to swoop in for this last one and get closer to that optimal range of ours. Again, the optimal range is in the 60s. So we're looking at 64, I believe? Yeah, 64.5. So sitting out here, we should basically be able to stop and shoot this guy at our leisure and do almost full damage. Now we are doing full damage. And since it looks like this guy's equipped with those snub nose, we're just fine to be up here in his face, blapping him with cannons. Blap blap. Ah. We can use our gyro stabilizer again. That's going to be fun. Get that damage back up a little bit more. And we have 3 seconds until we can use our other gyro stabilizer. 13,000 into the armor. 9,000 that time. This guy is getting mighty close to us. He really wants to hit us with those snub noses. Too bad for him. So the Tempest does work. It can do the long range. I think it can do it just fine. Again, not quite having the range that the its assault battlecruiser counterpart has. That's okay. It's also a very versatile ship. You can... I always like those explosions there. You can always fit this one with the close range weapons as well, and it's still going to have that tankiness of the battleship. So it definitely does have a lot of different options. Another thing that I actually thought of was maybe putting some sentries on there, but again, with this drone control range only being 38 km, us sitting that far back out, there was no real point in it. Alright, well, that goes the showcase for this ship and its long-range kiting fit. What do you think? Do you think it's going to do better or worse? Which ship would you get if you were using the strike cannons? Let me know in the comments below. And thank you for watching. I hope you guys have a great day. I will see you in the next video.